YouTube, what up? Welcome back to a new video. If this is your first time here on the channel, thanks so much for stopping by. Definitely check out some of my other videos. And if you like what you see, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. 2025 is officially here, 2025. Wishing everyone out there a happy new year. Much love and success, peace and happiness to everyone out there. We're going to make this an awesome year. So like I usually do at the beginning of every year, we're going to talk about games that I'm hyped for. My most anticipated games of 2025. Now, there were two video games that I was so excited to play last year. They made my most anticipated video. Unfortunately, they got delayed into this year, which is cool. I can't wait to play them. I'm not going to talk about them in this video, but just know that I can't wait to play Little Nightmares 3 and Fantasy Life The Girl Who Steals Time. Let's get into my most anticipated games for 2025. Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza, in Hawaii. What a name. Okay, what a crazy name, but it's fitting for such a crazy series. This is a side story, or more or less like a spinoff of the Like a Dragon series. You guys know how much I dig this series. Over the years, I have grown to love and appreciate this series just so much. I'm going to tell you the truth, guys. I've only seen the initial trailer for this game, and that was it. I'm not watching anything else. I want to go into this game not knowing what to expect. And even when you know what to expect in the games, you still don't know what to expect, to be honest with you. From the trailer that I saw, you play as Majima. He's a pirate, and it just looks crazy and wacky, and I can't wait to play it. I'm hoping that the game has some really awesome sub-stories or side stories, because that's what I love the most about these games. I just can't wait to experience a Yakuza game where pirates is the main focus, and you more or less you play as Majima, which I find to be a great character. I think he's a great character. So yeah, can't wait to play this pirate game soon. It comes out in February. Lost Records Bloom and Rage is a game that's developed, and I'm pretty sure it's published by Don't Nod as well. If you guys don't know, Don't Nod has done some other games that I actually enjoy. They've done Remember Me, the first couple of Life is Strange games, Tell Me Why. This is a game that is episodic. It's coming out in 2 parts, and it looks like the narrative's supposed to be really interesting. You have 4 high school girls. It's the summer of '95, and something happens during the summer, okay? You fast forward like 27 years later, and these girls are coming in contact with each other again. Now, I don't know what happened back in the summer of '95, but it's really, I don't know, I'm intrigued. It's giving me Yellow Jackets vibes. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that show, but it's definitely reminding me of Yellow Jackets. You're going back and forth between these 2 different timelines. Since this is a Don't Nod game and they did create Life is Strange, I'm pretty sure you're going to be making choices, and those choices are supposed to matter. I love me a good timepiece movie, timepiece video game, and especially anything that has to do with the 90s. So I can't wait to play it. I'll be there day 1 when the first episode is released, and then I'll follow back up in March when the second and final episode drops. I never would have thought that we'd get a remaster of Xenoblade Chronicles X. Now, the reason why I'm so excited for this game is because I didn't give it a fair shake when it was released. Matter of fact, I still have my copy for the Wii U, but to be quite honest with you, I am not setting up my Wii U right now. No way. This seems like it's not as much of a guided experience that focuses on the narrative like all of the other Xenoblade Chronicle games. It seems like it's more of an open world, go at your own pace, do what you want to do kind of vibe, which I am definitely all for. I do remember when I initially played it, I was a little taken back by how lonely the world felt. But maybe that was just me. That's what I'm remembering. But yeah, I do want to hop back in. I've played all of the other Xenoblade Chronicles games. I absolutely adore the series, and it's about time I spent some time with Xenoblade Chronicles X, and it looks like I'll be doing that in March. Tales of the Shire, the Lord of the Rings game, is coming out in March, and I can't wait. I know this is going to be my jam. At the end of the day, this is a cozy game, okay? So you're gardening, you're building relationships, you're fishing, you're foraging, you're doing all the things that you do in a cozy game. But the awesome thing is, if you're into the Lord of the Rings, you're in the Shire and you're a hobbit. How awesome is that? Now, if you've read the books or you've seen the movies, you know how cozy the Hobbit life is. Just so cozy, it's ridiculous. So I feel like this game is super fitting. I am such a fan of this art style, guys. Love the art style. I just know that I'm going to sink hours into this game. I also know that this is probably going to take the place of another cozy game for my Sunday streaming over on Twitch. You know what I'm saying? On Sundays, we like to cool back and vibe it out. And I know this will be like the perfect game for that. So I cannot wait to like just jump into the Shire in March. So excited. Lately, it seems like Microsoft doesn't have as many exclusives as they used to, right? But I can tell you one game that has me super excited. I'm so hyped to play this game this year. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it comes out this year. That's South of Midnight. So this is an action adventure game that takes place in a fictional city. I feel like they're trying to, ride off the vibes of New Orleans. I don't know, but it's given, that New Orleans vibe.
After I got you out of that tree, you said you helped me find my mama.
I ain't have a disposition to be gator snacks.
Well, me neither.
If we're gonna go on, we gotta get rid of him.
There are a lot of reasons why I'm excited about this game. First of all, you have a female lead, and I'm all for a female lead in a video game. Not only that, she's a person of color, which is great. You don't see that too often, so I'm definitely going to support whenever I can. And also, it feels like this game is just full of like culture and lore. It seems like there's some fantasy in there as well. But it looks super cool. The main character has some type of like dream weaving power. I'm not quite sure what kind of power it is, but she does have a power. She's fighting baddies. It's a beautiful looking game. The environments look fantastic. Hopefully we'll hear more about it soon and we'll get a solid release date. I always like to hear about a solid release date, right? Gets me worried when we don't have one. But yeah, hopefully it comes out this year. Vault Hunters, where you at? Borderlands 4 is coming out this year, y'all. I've been a fan of the series since the first game, all right? I enjoy a great Borderlands experience. Not all of them are great, and I still have some spin-off games that I do need to touch. But to be honest with you, those mainland Borderland games are always hitting for me. We do know a few new things about this game. Apparently, there are grappling hooks, and this is a big one. You can summon vehicles on demand. If you've played the Borderland games, you know how essential that is. I got my fingers crossed that this game is going to deliver. I feel like if they keep to the formula from all the other Borderlands games when it comes to gameplay, it's definitely going to be fine. It's a solid looter shooter, right? But I think the magic for me is in the characters and the writing. It just cracks me up. It never really takes itself seriously, and I love that about it. So Borderlands 4, I need a release date ASAP because I really want to play that game in 2025. Now, I'm a little skeptical about this next game, okay? Just because lately Level 5 has been doing way too much. We don't really know what's going on with the games that Level 5 is putting out, right? But apparently, Professor Layton and the New World of Steam is supposed to drop this year. Again, I don't know if it's coming out. I hope it does. I love the Professor Layton series. We don't know too much about New World of Steam, right? It's supposed to take place a year after Unwound Future, which is my favorite Professor Layton game. That game actually made me cry, which is wild and crazy. But yeah, it's supposed to take place a year after that game. I don't know if Level 5 has dropped any more trailers for this game, to be honest with you. All I know is that it's a video game. It has a steampunk vibe to it. And there's going to be logic puzzles. And that's enough to sign me up to play the game. Now, is it coming out on the Nintendo Switch? Or will it come out on the new console? I don't know. But I can't wait to play it. On that same note, another game that I'm not quite sure if we're going to see this year, but I would love it if we did. It's Fable. To me, the Fable games are just so much fun. They're like chicken noodle soup for my soul. You know what I mean? They're a blast. And I really should go back and play, those old games because I feel like it's been like at least a good 15 15 or so years since we got Fable 3. But back in the summer of last year, Playground Games, who's now developing the game, did say that Fable would be coming out in 2025. From the trailer that we saw, and again, there really wasn't any gameplay in the trailer, but it looks fantastic. Okay, it looks absolutely fantastic. I'm so curious to see how the game plays. I mean, like a modern take on Fable. I can't wait for that, you know? I feel like it would be easy to pick up and play those games right now, but I'm sure they'd feel old and clunky. I want a Fable game that has modern controls. I also want them to include the sense of humor that that game has as well. I mean, I think that's what I love the most about the series. Assassin's Creed Shadows is coming out on Valentine's Day, y'all. Who's there day one? Me. Trust me, I know a lot of people kind of turn up their nose the moment someone says Assassin's Creed or even Ubisoft, right? But there's just something about this series that keeps me coming back. I love these games. Shadows takes place in feudal Japan. There are 2 characters, all right? You got 2 protagonists. You have a female who's a shinobi, and then you have like an African samurai, which is wild and crazy. Each one of these characters control differently, and I'm super interested to see how differently they control. I was a little upset that the game got delayed into this year, but now that it's almost here, I cannot wait to play it. The last game that I want to talk about, my most anticipated games of 2025, is Grand Theft Auto 6. It has been well over 10 years since we've seen a new Grand Theft Auto game, guys. That's crazy talk. That's so crazy to say, but it's been so long. I really feel like I don't need to say much about GTA 6. I mean, we kind of all know where this is going to end up. I mean, whether you like it or not, there's no denying that Rockstar does their thing when it comes to these games. They absolutely do. I cannot wait to find out more about 1, this fictional city, 2, the characters, all right? 3, just the whole world. That's the one thing that I can say about Rockstar. They are so good at, and you wouldn't think this, right? But they are so good with like their character development, their characters in general, and world building. That's really all I have to say about GTA 6. Hopefully it comes out. I'm ready for a new GTA. I don't even play online. I don't play GTA online, so I could care less about that. I just want this narrative experience. I need it now. So those are my most anticipated games for 2025. Now, let's not get it twisted. The thing that I am most excited for and I can't wait to hear more about and get my hands on is definitely the successor to the Nintendo Switch. I need that new console or handheld, hybrid, whatever you want to call it. We need it now, Nintendo. Get to it. Guys, I'd love to know your most anticipated games of 2025. Let me know in the comment box below. As always, I want to thank all of you for watching this video, and I'll check you next time. Peace.